it's considered a kink, right? BDSM is a kink.
Yeah,
and
but it's also a lifestyle.
Fetish and a lifestyle. But does it make sense to come out about your sexual proclivities to your family? Like,
well, you made that happen in my own household. Thank you for doing that. I know that makes you very happy. Hi, I'm Dr. Drew, and this is Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children. Everybody, welcome to Dr. After Dark. Don't forget those emails at drdrafterdark@gmail.com, and of course the voice messages. We love them at 818-253-1693. This is first time Christina P. and I at the new desk.
It's very exciting.
It is indeed.
I like it so much more, don't you?
Yes, I do. Tell me about your mood this morning. because you're admiring yourself in the camera.
I'm witchy.
You're witchy this morning.
It's witchy.
You're
Let
witchy.
me tell you what it is.
This is not a mood I'm used to seeing you in.
No.
I'm ready.
Yeah, here's what I'm doing, because I'm noticing that my new lipstick's working out great on these cameras.
Okay,
so
good.
that's
That's
number
good.
one. That's why I'm admiring. And I'm also surprised that I'm not self-loathing. I'm not like, God, the old and the...
Yes.
So there's that, I love October. This is my season of the witch. I've already got
So this is you in an extra super good mood.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm going to not mood myself.
You come in here, Grumposaurus.
You're helping me. You always help me. I'm a Grumposaurus.
Yeah.
No, I'm just the grinding nature of this COVID. You've been refueled. Yeah. You travel a little bit.
I traveled. I went to Austin.
Yeah, where people live.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why does it feel that? Yeah. So first of all,
because California's a fucking shit show.
Yeah,
that's why it feels like that. Yeah.
We did something wrong here. We really did. Yeah. And it's very
we elected
palpable.
Idiots.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because you go there. I went to Austin, and it just seems calmer. People are more calm about the virus.
Yeah.
It's green. It's cleaner. I didn't see tons of homeless people everywhere.
What?
Yeah, people weren't.
It's possible to have a city without homelessness. I thought unhoused neighbors were a feature of cities.
Yeah. So I'm feeling actually. I wanted to stay. I did feel very at home there.
Yeah.
And I'm sad.
And it affected your mood, and you feel better. And I'm still stuck here in California. Everything's brown and dirty.
Brown and dirty. Yeah. And here's the thing. I'm a diehard Angelino. Everybody knows me from your mom's house. Like knows that I'm 818 till I die, bros. So it's hard for me to admit that my city is suffering, that we are in need of help. And that's why I want to elect you president of the world.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me show you what would they be? Like my campaign images.
I would love to see
images. Oh, there we are. You are going to be my vice president of the world.
I love that.
And there we are. We're going to have our rational revolution, my dear.
And let me tell you, this is from Angela Alvarez. Thank you so much for submitting. And I do feel the tide is turning. I think people are starting to see the nonsense of the irrational era.
I like the rational revolution having a red ribbon associated with it.
What is the red ribbon symbol?
It's just us. It's the rational revolution.
Oh, okay, good.
Because usurping red, I like taking the red.
Powerful.
Yeah, it's a revolution. We're going to have the red.
Yeah, I like
and then show me the next image. This is the one I like the best.
This one, I'm so sorry. I forgot who sent this. Please email me with your credit.
Good. It looks like you're an Olympic athlete going on taking on the world. And look at the expression on her face is one of deep anxiety, but deep conviction, anxiety and conviction in one. We're gonna do this. It's gonna take some work, but we're gonna do it. And you all make me nervous.
But look at you.
I look resolute.
You're smoldering.
I look resolute.
Smoldering, Dr. Drew. I love it.
Resolute.
But I will tell you, I think the key to our revolution, Drew, is to be fearless and to not be afraid of being canceled anymore. I'm not.
It's impossible not to have some fear about it because it's everywhere, and I keep running afoul of it. But tell me this: why don't comedians think about this? Comedians, you correct me if I'm wrong, but comedians. Let's go back to Lenny Bruce. The modern comedian took on the man.
Yes.
Made fun of the man, the elite. Now comedians sort of are the man.
Some of them.
I know.
Some.
Correct. And in order for them to take on an establishment, they would need to take on the mob and the woke.
Yes.
And no one's willing. They seem unwilling to do that.
Not true. I'll counter this.
Okay, good.
Because I agree with you that for the most part we are a little afraid because they
it's where we need the insight. It's where we need comedians show us things that we don't normally see. I need to see it.
I agree. Now, however, if you look at somebody like Kevin Hart, who is one of the arguably biggest comedians working today, and then they took away his hosting, what was it, like the Emmys or some shit 2 years ago for jokes he did 10 years ago. Now, that's why we're not
Because it's real. I know.
They'll take away your movies. They'll take away your shit. However, Dave Chappelle.
Chappelle is the one.
Dave Chappelle.
Chappelle is the one.
And at the time when his stuff came out, people were like,
and it's such a breath of fresh air. It's like you literally feel like your lungs fill with air when you hear him talk.
I agree. And
but people need to fall in line behind Chappelle.
I agree. And I think
he needs to support his peers.
Oh, he will.
To do that.
I think he is.
Yeah.
And I think after all this horrible year, that people are not going to be taking.
What if Trump gets reelected? Then it's going to be doubling down time, right? It's going to be. It could happen. It could happen.
What do you think? Who do you think's going to win?
I have no idea. I literally have no idea. Both scare me for totally different reasons.
I know, right? Yeah. It's not rad. It doesn't feel good.
It's not the rational revolution I was looking for.
It's not the rational. But yeah. Anyways, I say we persist. And and here's the best part about being a podcaster. What are you going to fucking do, wokers? You going to take my podcast from me? My pirate ship? Fuck you. Good luck.
This is what Corolla's been saying forever.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
He's been taking a lot of shit, I must say. He takes a lot of grief.
He does take a lot of shit.
And it has limited his options in terms of things he can do. It has. And by the way, he has not changed one bit the whole time I've known him. He just is a little more certain of what he's saying. He's a little more strident. But his opinions have not changed in the 30 years I've known the guy, 20 years.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the tide will turn and he will be, what's the word I'm looking for? Rectified?
Speaking of rectified.
Speaking
of rectified. Rectification.
Yes.
Rectification.
He will be, what's the word I'm looking for? Reified? No, what's the word?
He'll be,
validated.
Yeah,
it'll be valid.
Seen to have been a little ahead of his time.
Yes.
Well, so will we with our rational revolution. And philosophers have filed in behind us.
That's right. We got several emails from real philosophers.
We love them.
Who wrote in being like, yeah, this is a real thing. It's your job as a comedian to find where the line is. And I will say, as a comedian, and I'm excited to do audiences again, they tell you where the edge is. Where the
audience does.
The audience will tell you.
It's an experiment. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a real-time experiment.
Yeah. And you have to be able to experiment. And so, anyway.
But the hard part about that is we become so weirdly fractured as a country. What region your audience is from is going to make a difference in how they react. You go to Manhattan versus Austin versus LA. It's all different.
I know. Yeah, I know. The only parts of the country to me are, well, the Pacific Northwest. They're a little more woke. Yeah,
I guess.
They're good though. It's bullshit. Listen, in every region of America, if they like what you got to say, they're on board with your mom's house and Studio Jeans. They're not going to be lame. They're going to be awesome.
Speaking of your mom's house and Studio Jeans, I have been sort of licking my wounds. Boy, I've got some reflux. I got
COVID?
Baba Booey.
What's going on?
Not COVID.
Oh my God!
I have this in the morning sometimes, and today I'm getting it in space. But
from pneumonia, you said.
Yeah, and reflux and blah blah.
What's reflux? When the food comes up?
Yes, and I know I have that because during the Masked Singer, I had a suddenly vocal cord problem, and I had to go get a laryngoscopy, and they're like, "Oh Jesus, reflux."
But how do people not feel? You don't feel the barf? Is that barf coming up?
It just feels like you can't tell the way you're wired up whether it's something coming down or something coming up. You just know something's accumulating here.
So
it's a small amount.
It's sexy.
Turns on.
Does Susan love that?
Love it. It's how I get the BJs. It's how we keep that going. We keep that alive with the reflux talk.
You don't fart in front of her.
Hot reflux talk. Of course we do.
But Tom the other day was walking down the hallway and then he farted and I walked in the wake of the fart.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, that is so disrespectful.
Yeah. If you know it's going to be a challenging fart, I will take it out somewhere else.
See, that's called respect.
Yeah.
I got no respect. It's like Rodney.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, though? I derailed you as usual.
Rational recovery. So we need to take. How are we going to take this to the people? The rational recovery.
We're doing it right now.
Okay. And what is our principle? Our principle is move away from feelings. Use your frontal cortex. Not that feelings aren't valid. Your feelings are valid, everybody. But that use your thinking brain. Use what Plato called the charioteer that's trying to hold back the horses.
Agree that humans have reason.
Give me a cartoon on that one. I want to play with us as charioteers with the horses pulling all our irrational feelings.
Yes, but there's something to it that everything that the white man has created is somehow invalidated right now. And that just simply can't be true. Okay. You can't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay. Just because it has some negative repercussions doesn't mean that it's all terribly bad. And what's the solution then? You're just going to tear it all down? Is that really what we're going to do?
Right. Just please study your history, everybody. Please study history. If you see where people have done that, it does not go well. It does not go well.
And can I for another thing? I showed my kids Snow White. This is what I like. I was watching Snow White with my 4-year-old. And
someday, my friend,
it was great. And let me tell you what's great about Snow White. There's villains. The stepmom wants to kill her.
Yeah, women are bad. You're right.
No, not that. But step parents in real life often are shitty. And
well, at least the child will build that up, because it's not the real mom. It's a substitute, and they hate them because for whatever they do, it's wrong for the child.
Right.
So the child will make her into an evil witch. Yeah.
Well, that's fascinating. So it deals with a very common theme, which is abandonment. Children are afraid. Often you look and there's orphans, right? That's Bambi and Cinderella, Snow White.
Yep.
And then she goes and she meets these 7 midgets and she cooks and cleans for them. And cooks, and then they're like, you can stay. And interesting, not a lot of remakes of Snow White.
Oh, yeah.
Have you thought about that? And I think it's because of the PC-ness of the dwarves. They can't cast, they'd have to find 7
small people.
Uh-huh. And Dopey is a little slow.
You can't do Dopey. That's the one you can't do.
Which is so sad because there are stupid people in the world.
The IQ is designed such that half the people are below and half the people are above.
Right.
That's how that test is designed. So half of the population does not have a normal IQ.
Right, and that's fine.
And we can argue about what IQ is.
Fine.
And you can still be extremely wonderful.
Of course.
You can be productive. You can be a great spouse.
Of course.
You don't have to have high
Not
IQ
everybody
to be a good person.
The point is what I like about these old school Disney tales and what I don't particularly appreciate in today's bullshit stuff. Moana. I like Moana, by the way. I think it's a fine cartoon. But the whole thing is like, just be yourself. Find yourself and listen to yourself. It's like, no, don't. First of all, don't listen to yourself because
listen to your mom.
Yourself can suck. Right. Like myself sucked when I was a teenager. I didn't have my shit together. And had I just been who I wanted to be, I would be a fucking loser today.
You would still be a vampire.
That's right. Right. And I'd be crying the victim thing of like my life and my parents and the mantra of being a loser.
Yeah.
And I didn't like who I was. So I read every book I could and I changed it. And that to me is more important than like, just be yourself.
That's the rational revolution.
Yeah. Old school bitches. Pull your,
go
cook for midgets and go find a way in the forest. Go be resilient.
That's our slogan.
That's what.
That's it.
Yeah. I guess I don't buy in this whole just be who you are. It's like maybe.
Especially not kids. I didn't know who I was. It took me finding a profession and engaging in the world and all that stuff to figure out who the hell I was.
I think it is the messiness of the engagement of the world that teaches you who you are.
Yeah. And by the way, you need and identity is something that happens in the world, not in your head.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Heidegger.
Yes.
Merleau-Ponty, the flesh of the world. You must be embraced with the flesh of the world. You must get in there. And to teach them that the world is scary and everything, you should be fearful and and sheltering is not the way.
Wrong.
That's how we created peanut allergies.
But by the way, you don't make the world the problem either.
Oh, boy.
It's your engagement in the world. And the world sucks. The world can suck.
It sucks big dick dog balls. The world sucks.
Speaking of sucking big dick dog balls, I'm still recovering from YMH Live.
What's going on?
What do you mean what's going on?
What do you mean recovering? How? Like
from looking at inside out rectums all night. It was a little bit much.
That one didn't get me so hard as I think the apples.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Was a lot.
Yeah, that was.
But for you, the anuses kissing was
like the term. Just the thought bubble over my head is why. What's wrong with humanity? I think we have a rectal prolapse question here amongst our emails.
It. People loved
Did they? Did they?
Love the show. The feedback is just tremendous on the live shows, and rightly so because we put a lot of.
We
work.
need to do something where we engage with the audience.
How though?
You know what I mean?
It's hard because
you can just put a chat up and we can see all the.
It's so fucking hard. I'll tell you
because it goes so fast.
Because I did it just on a flapper show with just like 300 people, and it was chaos. And our audience is really big just because we're so successful.
Shocking, man.
I don't know. No, but it's really hard. We'll figure it out.
I had a brown thing here. Where did it go?
Well, anyway. Shocker. How are your browns?
My browns have been good.
What are you brown like? Have we ever talked about your browns?
I have. So we've not. Strangely, it's
I know.
weird. I've been
What
here in
the
the studio for over a year and I've not mentioned shit.
When do you brown? After coffee in the morning?
Yes.
Same.
And
Yeah.
I had like semi-irritable bowel stuff where I took me a while in adult life to figure out what was going on.
Tom's the same way.
And
He's in denial.
Yeah, and I had like gas that wasn't good and bloating and borborygmus, it's called, the noise. We're called borborygmus.
Gurgles.
And then sort of loose brown all the time.
Really?
And I first figured out I'm allergic to, I can't digest onions and garlic.
Same as
That's
Tommy.
really bad. Yeah. Well, so I took all that out. Then carbohydrates was the next thing to go. That made a big difference.
Yeah.
And then I added some probiotic and Metamucil, large amounts of Metamucil, and that took care of everything. Wow. So give Tommy some Metamucil.
Wow. And do you do the cookies or do you do the drink?
I do the
orange?
pills. Look, I take like
Pills.
20 or 30 of those capsules. It's expensive. It's the only downside.
And you brown once a day or
Once
twice
a day,
Just
full,
same.
you know.
Morning brown, and then I'm
but
done
a good
with my
one, a
day.
normal, you
Yeah.
know.
My browns are exceptional, and my children's browns are
Congratulations.
as well. And I take it as a
Congratulations.
sign of good mothering that my children have no neuropathy issues or anxiety issues.
My son, one of my sons right now is having like a small bowel bacterial overgrowth because he got norovirus twice and then didn't adjust his diet. Now he's having to like recolonize his gut.
Fuck.
Yeah,
No norovirus.
He's going to end
is
up
what-
with a stool transfer if he's not watched out.
What's a stool transfer?
They actually transfer somebody else's stuff into your stuff. You don't know about this?
I think I've heard about it once. I think I've heard you
I
talk about it.
thought you'd be intrigued and completely
No, 'cause-
conversant on
'cause
the topic.
I've heard of this. It's like you put someone else's brown in your brown.
Yeah.
Dude, what?
It's just to get the it's really done in a capsule, and it's to get the good bacteria back in your gut.
And whose brown do you choose to put
Somebody
in?
with good bacteria, somebody like you with perfect brown. Yeah. So maybe in addition, once you get COVID, you can give plasma and brown. You can be a real life changer for so no people.
I'll donate my brown to your son.
I don't know,
Put
something
my brown in
there.
his brown? Is
Yeah.
that too weird because we work together?
No,
It's
no.
like too
It's just
much?
generally weird.
Yeah.
It's a boundary issue.
Sure.
But I mean,
Alright.
if we were in a village somewhere, I'd be very, very thankful. You know.
Yeah. What's the prob? Does Susan have good browns too?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Susan is a specimen.
She is because she's
I think when I think back to how overwhelmingly attracted I was to her as a young man,
as a mate.
I think males really can sense genetic stuff.
Genetic superiority.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Because when I was like I was like really attracted, and I think in retrospect that was wanting to pass those genes on to my kids.
I think you're right.
I dick her down. What is that? What is that?
What?
Just a little isolation that we've been doing over the last couple episodes.
Where did I get? I got that from. It's got to be something I was reading. Yes.
Dr. Drew After Dark's episode 78 is where that came
Okay.
from.
All right. Fair enough. So we're gonna have drops now. We're going to have drops on this show. It's come to that. What
Say
was
it
that?
again?
It'll make Christine happy at least. Yes, it will. It will make her happy is not a close term. And I want you to know I came in here moderately depressed today.
Always.
Moderately.
What's going
No, not
on?
always. Not always. That is not me. I'd be normal. I've been that way because
COVID.
COVID stole my life.
It did.
And then
joy.
California politics made me sick
Yeah.
because it's just sick what's going on. And so it's hard for me not to keep sinking into depression, except when I come here and I'm lifted by your I'm lifted by your red lipstick
by
and
my
your
essence.
and your essence and the rational recovery gives me hope.
I agree. Same.
Gives me hope.
It's coming, you guys. I feel so. Somebody called it the Texodus because the cat's out of the bag. We're looking in Austin. Joe mentioned it on his podcast, and what he said in that clip was like, "Well, podcasts are the last place where comedians can really be truthful and say
Yes.
what the fuck they want
Yes,
to."
yes.
And culturally, I think Texas does support that as well. Of just
Yes.
like. It's like a truly liberal, I guess what you would call like what the 90s liberal was. where,
Yeah,
like-
it's what liberal always meant until the last 2 years.
right. Like just
Liberal
exploring
until
both sides.
Liberal until woke.
Yeah.
Woke suddenly shut down liberal.
Yeah.
I thought I was kind of liberal, and now I'm finding out. I've thought so many different things that I was. When I come up against the current environment, I'm finding out I'm not.
I know.
I thought I was libertarian.
I thought it was too. I registered that way
Yeah.
in like 2004.
Not because libertarian. To be a real libertarian, you have to
crazy.
not have a heart.
Yeah, I don't think I'm
Yeah.
that far.
Then I thought, well, I'm liberal and all these ideas. I'm open to all these things, and now I'm like, no, I guess not.
I know.
I don't know. I'm independent.
Can we talk about something totally off topic?
Sure.
And that why aren't we talking about? The aliens are real, bro.
Huh?
Wait, remember the while ago that the Pentagon released footage of the freaking Pentagon is confirming that there's alien life.
But essentially bacteria.
No, this UFO footage, it's in the New York Times. This happened when we were like in the midst of
Yeah, but they're still
COVID. It's an actual thing. It's an actual vessel, and they're confirming it. The government
Yeah,
is
but they don't know.
confirming.
We don't know that freaking Ukraine didn't build it.
No, we did. It's not of this earth. It says that we tested the thing. This came out in April, and that we tested the materials, and they're not man-made. They're not possibly from this planet.
Not man-made.
Dude.
That?
Yes, bro. Forming a task force to investigate UFO sightings observed by the U.S. military. It's bananas. And it's, okay, unidentified aerial phenomena exist.
Okay, I
The
agree with
Department
that.
of Defense says, although the department has determined that the unknown releases it does not reveal any sensitive capabilities or systems. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Meaning they're not going to come after us.
Cool. Number of reports, unauthorized, identified aircraft entering designated airspace in recent years. That's cool.
That's fascinating, whatever
Dude.
that thing is. Look at that thing.
Right?
Yeah, I love it.
Uh,
2004 coast of Southern California caught this image. Huh.
They're coming to California. That's why.
Good.
we're so
Oh my God, I
fucked up.
hope so. I hope so.
Take out Newsom
Yes.
and
This is kind of a different one, though.
I mean,
These are cool.
yeah.
See, the whole alien thing does not bother, disturb, worry me in the least.
Same. And I don't know why the narrative is always that they're going to attack us and colonize us and
Right.
destroy us. Like,
And-
why?
And
They could have already.
Whatever they're going to be, they're either going to be bacterium, something like that, or a virus, or something more like in that movie, was it Contact with Jodie Foster,
Yeah,
where
I
it's
like
some
that.
sort of weird wormhole-y, other dimension kind of thing.
That would be so
which-
rad.
Which I can understand. I can mathematically that can be as a thing. you know?
Yeah.
Why
I mean,
not?
it's so
Here's the deal. Here's
probable
the
that there's
reality
life.
here. You want to know a little physics here?
Yes.
And by the way, if you want to listen to a good physics podcast,
I do.
Oh, God damn it, I'm blanking on. Sean Carroll's podcast is called Mindscape. Mindscape. Oh, it's good. Oh, Christine, you will love it.
I like this kind of.
Yeah. And essentially, there's something called entanglement, right? And which is essentially that if you look at an electron spin like in your hair, and then we check an electron spin at the other end of the galaxy, they will be entangled. They will
What?
affect each other.
How?
Well,
Wait, is this one of those theoretical parallel universe type theories, or is it
it's a little better.
actual-
It actually it's a feature of the physical world called entanglement. It's a feature of quantum mechanics. And if you think about it this way, quantum mechanics is just look. Things can be particles and waves
Yes,
simultaneously,
I know,
right? Okay.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no certainty.
So Heisenberg, relax.
Yeah.
And so
Light is both particle and wave. I remember this. I learned this.
And so, if this is part of the rational revolution, everybody, if you
Yeah.
actually are if you are connected to freaking reality,
I know.
and not in your feelings and not in your artistry about narratives, and just stay with what is in the universe,
Science.
you will get what is evidence based, and you know
science.
approximate the truth. You get you to very interesting places, and here's one of the places entanglement
Yes,
takes you,
tell me.
which is that essentially. I'm going to say this in probably really inaccurate ways, and please, those of you that are rational recovery sloganeers, correct me in a way that makes what I say accurate.
I love it.
That essentially it's wave mechanics is what the Schrodinger equation is, right? Where it's essentially electrons are both waves and particles, and they're clouds, and essentially the whole description is kind of a wave. What if the entirety of the universe is one giant wave of which we are emergent properties?
What, bro?
Right.
Wait, we're unfolding.
We are
unfolding in the wave?
emergent because of the mechanics of wave.
I like it.
From the so we're just one giant wave. So of course, at one end of the wave, the other end of the wave, they entangled. But the thing that we see as reality is an emergent property of the giant wave function.
Well, it would make sense though, because
Right?
how are we disconnected from every other element of the universe? And this
Right.
galaxy is connected. We're not.
And if you
just
want to
one
go back
thing.
to your Heideggerian thing, your Heideggerian thing, we are just these things that are sort of in the world in a
the
certain
world,
way.
phenomenology. I
Yes.
agree that we're not just rational minds floating, like the cogito, Descartes' whole thing.
No,
I think
that's
therefore
false.
exist.
False. We are embedded.
Uh-huh.
The brain's embedded in an autonomic nervous system, autonomic nervous system
Right.
embedded in a body, body's embedded in a social context, society is embedded in a
contextual.
nature. It's all embeddedness in
is.
a giant wave from which we emerge.
A giant wave.
Vagina wave.
Vagina wave.
Whoa, heavy.
My vagina's dry.
Did you know that Mars failed to develop as Earth did because of their lack of plate tectonics? Meaning,
Because water couldn't develop or something?
yeah,
Because
like
ice couldn't melt?
They're basically an aborted Earth. Like they were close. Mars was
Some
close
people
to
think
being.
that we collided with Mars at one time.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was watching that show Away. Have you seen that on Netflix?
No.
It's really good. It's not as good as 90 Day Fiance, but
Nothing.
Are you still
one
on
thing,
it?
It's one thing I hate you and Tom for.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything else I
You're
love you guys.
welcome.
I hate you for hooking me
yeah.
on that.
Where are you in your experience with that show?
There's a tell-all right now, and we've
Those
seen
are the worst.
and we've seen the pillow talk and the tell-all. And why? Hey, listen, you want your mom's house army? Here's what I'd like to mobilize them for. Seriously,
Yeah.
I need to host the next tell-all.
I would love for you to
Seriously,
host the next
seriously. I know how to do those things. I've been
Yeah.
doing Teen Moms for 11 years.
Yeah.
I know how to make it
You're right. And you're
go. I know how to make because
people.
I know there's shit I could pull out of some of
I
those
like it.
psychopaths in the group that would blow your mind.
You guys know what to do. Let's get on it.
I mean, Colty, let me add him.
Coatsy.
Let me add him. And Erica,
But she's happy now because she had her breast done and she had her lips
Larissa,
done. She's
Larissa,
so...
Larissa, it's all there. I don't need to bring any of that
Yeah.
out. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like, okay.
she's crazy.
Yeah, you got what you got
Yeah.
there.
But Colty?
but
What's going on with Coatsy?
oh, Colty's a sociopath.
Yeah.
Underneath all
With
that.
mother. Any entanglement with mother is like,
Yeah,
it's
but
such a
I
Norman.
think that's a red herring. I think that's
Really?
I think he's just using her and manipulating everybody. And
Oh,
and good morning, my dick, and good morning, good afternoon, my dick. You haven't seen these dick pics he's sending out?
no.
Oh, it's very.
I got to get deep into it.
Oh,
I've
what's
been
the matter
watching,
with you? I'm all hooked on it.
I've
You're
been-
the one that hooked me on it.
I've been
I'm
watching
so
Away,
angry.
which
Away.
is so good with Hillary
so
Swank, and it got me interested in Mars because I was like, why the fuck are we going to Mars? Who cares?
You know, I read back in high school, it was called the Collisions of. What was it called? Collisions of Worlds or something? And it was this Russian scientist. Just put collisions, Russian scientist, end of dinosaurs.
Isn't that
He
wild?
was the first guy to suggest the asteroid theory, and they condemned him. And I'm reading it. I'm 17 reading it.
What
and
year did he suggest this?
It was in the 70s.
What?
And he was condemned. And I thought that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
and
it's
even
logical.
as a 17-year-old, I was thinking, how special do we think we are? Look up at the moon. You see all those asteroid impacts and all those. It could happen here. Why not? The stuff
and it
flying
still
around.
does. Didn't you see the?
We just got close. We almost had one last week.
Oh, really? Well, you ever seen that video from the Ukraine when the meteor shower came? Like, there's video.
There it is.
Oh, wow.
Velkovsky in the 50s. And I'm reading that thing going, hey, I think this guy's onto something.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
And scientists get poo-pooed all the time. It's heresy. And that was just in the 70s. You guys.
I'm overwhelmed by how much work we need to do in our Russian Revolution, but I've got to get my mojo back. I must get my mojo back. We must get on the march.
I have to say, it's hard to start this when you're on the floor. Because emotionally,
when I'm depressed, yeah. And when I look around, my first move is I got to go back after the homeless thing. I got to get back out there. Because
how are we going to solve this now in LA?
Easy. It's easy. I know exactly what to do. I realize that the problem in our country is legislation.
Yes.
Our laws suck.
Well, California particularly.
Our
is
laws
nuts.
suck ass right now. And
Yeah.
everyone that wants justice for Breonna Taylor, what you're saying is the laws suck in that state, and they do. You need to go change the laws. That's justice based on the laws as they are. Change the laws, man. We got to change these laws. Every state's got to work on this because our laws are.
Well, isn't it?
California? It's legal. Do drugs, traffic drugs,
Oh, I know.
steal to support your habit,
I know.
and live on the street.
You just get ticketed now for drug trafficking.
Every drug addict on earth is going to come. I'm a drug addict. I hear that in California. We're coming.
Great.
Man. Let's go.
Well, yeah. Do you think it's an offshoot of woke wokeness of like they
It
have
is-
rights, man.
Yes.
They're people
They're
too.
just unhoused neighbors. Yeah. But if they have dementia,
No.
if they have dementia, then you're guilty of elder abuse if you don't go after and treat them aggressively. Really? If you have one brain disease, you have to treat the other brain disease you can't touch?
Yeah.
Help me understand this.
It's a lack of
insane.
reasonable.
And they also don't understand.
reasonable thinking.
And I'm not talking about throwing people in treatment. I'm talking about motivating people into treatment. There's a way
Yeah.
to motivate them to get.
And how do you
better.
do that? You give them drugs in treatment.
There's all kinds of ways. Well, that's
You
one of the
go.
ways. It's one of the ways. You give them Suboxone.
We have these other drugs.
all
How
right.
do you
Look,
motivate someone to go to treatment? Talk about it.
Speaking of Brown, the Dobbs had an ass full of us. He's like highlighting where I'm supposed to go next up there on the board.
No.
Well, to get motivate,
Just listen
here's how you
to
motivate
something.
people into treatment. You get a carrot and you get a stick and you go at it.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. You can't live on the street, but we got 4 huts and a cot for you, and we're going to talk to you once you get in there. We got a place for you. Go. You go to this place, and once you have them there, then you start doing motivational enhancement therapies. You use replacement therapies of various types to get them off the drugs of choice. You let their brains clear from the meth. You start doing vocational rehab, and all you do these things, and guess what? They get better.
I know.
It's easy. It's really easy. But you have to motivate people in by saying, I'm sorry you can't stay here. I'm sorry you can't do drugs. Come with me. I got something for you.
I know.
And they will. And they'll be much, much, much better off at the
I
end.
know. Instead of living in my neighborhood. At my
Your
freeway
neighborhood
off-ramp.
is special. Your neighborhood is special.
Talk
You
about
live in a
where I
special
live.
place. Okay, voice message. Let's do one.
Hey, Dr. Drew. I've been listening for a long time. My name is Art. I have a question about Kratom. I used to do a lot of opiates, and one of the solutions that I ended up having was taking Kratom. After many years of not using, I relapsed and started using some Norcos, but I started using Kratom, and it helped a lot. And now I'm using Kratom still. It's obviously not regulated, and I just want to know what your opinion is.
All right,
on
let's
it.
stop with it.
Is
Stop with
like-
it. So it's actually a really interesting question.
I love when you get frustrated.
I'm modestly frustrated. Yeah. So here's the deal. For him to have a fully flourishing life, like to really,
What's Kratom?
Kratom is a supplement that's out there that's an opiate. It's a weak opiate, but you can take a lot of it and make it be a strong opiate. And people use it a lot all the time. And if he wants to have a fully flourishing life, which is what I'm interested in restoring in people that have addiction, he needs to be abstinent. He needs to be in a program. None of the things he's done, believe me. And or at least has not stayed with it. And he needs to get a therapist, and he needs to deal with his trauma, and he needs to return to really be everything all the things he can be. That's what I want him to be. That doesn't mean that's what he has to be, right? There are intermediate things he could do. He could get, as you said when we pull the homeless people into our treatment centers, we could give them drugs,
Yeah.
which is what you can do. You can put people on Suboxone, you can take Kratom, you can smoke pot, you can do other things that replace the more problematic drug. And people do better
Yeah.
on cannabis and on Kratom and on Suboxone. Now, the fact that he is unmanaged and he's doing it on his own, he's got a diseased brain. He's going to end up in trouble. But he might do well for a while. So who am I to say? I try to get very philosophical about this.
Yeah.
So I don't have any objection in it. I just know it goes bad. Same thing with cannabis. It goes bad. Now, people can sustain, though, for long periods of time. Suboxone is a managed thing. I'm not a fan of it, but it's the same idea. We're putting you on something to keep you from going into the heroin and the other things, the Norcos. And it's better. The pharmacology is better. We can get you down to lower levels. The drive systems are better. So it's the in terms of order of problem, it's probably Suboxone, Kratom, cannabis. And Suboxone, go get a doctor, put you on Suboxone if you want to be on replacement therapy. It's complicated, right?
That heroin is a real bitch. Crystal meth and heroin.
Opiates, just opiates. But yeah, when you put meth and opiates together, that is those
Meth
people are
and opiates. Can you even?
real common.
You can do those together.
That's the street combo.
That's up and down,
everyone
man.
in your freeway on ramp. Those are all meth heroines.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do
Yeah,
those.
so the heroin goes without saying. It's harder to get, or whatever, they're fentanyl, whatever they're taking.
Fentanyl.
But when you see all the dismantled bicycles and stuff right next to their tent, that's meth. That's meth. So right? Am I right? There's a bunch
No,
of
you're
gears and
right.
stuff right next to the
Sorry, I
freeway.
gotta take
on
my
ramp?
shoes off and
Are
get
you okay?
comfortable. I'd like to get comfy in this chair.
Take a little break so I can tell you about our friends at Stamps.com. You've heard me talk about them before, but as things are slowly getting back to normal, listen, we start to do business. Good thing we've got Stamps.com to make things easier. Thousands of small business owners have discovered the benefits of Stamps.com in recent months. Who wants to go out and go to the post office when you've got Stamps.com? You can keep your business running, avoid the crowds, avoid exposure, and do everything you could do at the post office. And you'll save money with discounted rates you can't get at the post office. Stamps.com offers UPS services as well, with discounts up to 62% and no residential surcharges. Stamps.com brings you all the mailing and shipping services you need right to your computer, the comfort of your own home or office. Whether you're a small business, sending invoices, an online seller, shipping out products, or just working from home, Stamps.com can handle it all. We were early adopters in my household, been using them for years. Simply use your own computer to print official U.S. postage 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you got to send it. Once the mail's ready, off to the postal service or off to the post person. And like I said, with Stamps.com, you get great discounts. 5 cents off every Stamps and up to 62% off USPS and UPS shipping rates. No brainer, Stamps.com. And right now, for our listeners, we have a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale without any long-term commitment. Then that scale, you can weigh the package or letter, and you know exactly what postage to put on there. I can never figure that out, but you plug that into your computer, you got the scale, and they give you the scale with our special offer for our listeners. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, type in DRDRAW, that is Stamps.com, enter Dr. Drew. You are in an interesting mood today.
Am I?
Yeah,
Am I out
I
of
like
my
it. I like it.
mind?
No, you're not out of your mind.
You know what it is? I feel very hopeful. This trip
See,
to
I
Austin
don't- I
renewed
got
my
none
hope.
of that. I got none of that.
Yeah, we gotta travel because
The only thing that gives me hope is that
there's
Florida,
hope.
Indiana opened.
Yeah, and
That gives me a
Austin's
little
doing
hope.
live music. They had concerts outdoors. I think because I see that there's a light here. What's going on with the vaccine? They paused those trials.
It's fine. They're fine.
What
It's
the
moving.
fuck is going on?
It's moving. It's moving along at light speed, and it looks good. I'll take it.
Operation Warp Speed.
Yeah, as soon as it comes out, I'm in.
You're on it, bro.
Yeah, I did not
can't
get
wait.
picked for a third. I signed up for all these clinical trials, but I'm not.
Well, we need you here. We
I'm
need
on
your
it.
brain. Don't do that shit.
Constantly wet. Jeans.
Wop.
My name is Maggie. I've been listening to you since Adam Carolla days. That's me. I was a little, and
Yeah.
my mom would play the radio at night. My question is, I'm constantly wet, not soaking my underwear wet, but most times my underwear gets wet a lot. I have a healthy sex life with my husband. I groom myself. There are times where I don't groom. I'm just as wet. Not that I had a bad thing, but I get really nervous if people can smell. Blah, blah, blah. I've tried different types of cloth. I also don't get or have any STDs or yeast infections. It's embarrassing, especially I've been active during the day. I've also had a child. It's not changed anything. My husband is not bothered by it and finds it exciting. I'm ready 24/7, which is true. I have a higher libido than him, which is, that's exactly right. Her body is like ready.
She's just juicy like Cardi B is.
And it's highly estrogenized, I would call that.
Highly estrogenized.
Because it's estrogen that creates the wet and testosterone that creates the drive. Though some women, the estrogen itself too creates a certain amount of receptive drive, and a super estrogenized women usually are multi-orgasmic too. So I'm gonna guess.
That whole myth.
I'm gonna bet that this one's like Kelsey Cook.
Well, have you tried panty liners?
Right.
She didn't mention that she's tried.
So just adjust.
Put a panty liner in, and you know what you can do. And I know this is a Pajitsky effect we talk about on Where My Mom's At. You can change your underwear multiple times a day. Did you know that? Like, you have the agency as an adult. When I come home, I strip everything off, and I put on a fresh layer of clothing, and it feels really, really good. You can just change your underwear too.
Talk to me more about the Pazitsky effect.
Okay, so it's basically rooted in my parents' communist upbringing.
Of course it is.
Where like,
And we're going to twist it into a rational recovery sloganeering.
oh, I love it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's hear
But
it.
it's basically things that you do unconsciously until you go, oh, I don't have to suffer. For instance, and it started with a phone charger. Tom and I, for the longest time, had one phone charger.
Need more phone chargers.
Right. And so that day where you go, oh, I can just buy
No, listen,
another one.
This is the stuff that this is how we're going to sell the rational revolution. You can buy more phone chargers.
Yeah. You could buy, it's like
Buy
the
'em.
awakening of like,
We need YMH phone chargers, first of all.
oh, we have
I'm just saying.
everything. Why am
I mean, why not?
I
I mean, put
I know.
a a prolapsing charger or
Oh
something.
God! It's
Anyway.
you plug it into your asshole.
Yeah, okay. More phone chargers. Keep going.
Okay.
What else? What else?
Oh, so things like I just started using 2 towels, one for my hair and one for my body. I just started using towels to dry myself off completely. I used to just
Clean towels.
wrap it around
Clean towels.
and then pat myself off and then put on my pants with my legs wet and get angry for 40 years. I know. Like little maniac things like that I've been noticing. And
I do stuff where I punish myself.
oh yeah, let's talk about it. What do you do?
I drove on bald tires during the dark days of the COVID. Because I was like, I don't deserve new tires.
Yeah.
God,
yeah.
Don't fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. I do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't deserve to be.
And then
happy.
finally one day I went, what are you doing? What is this?
Yeah. What
I
changed
need
it?
tires.
You just got into a better place.
My mood improved. Yeah.
and-
My mood's been going up and down through this whole thing. It's so ridiculous.
I
I'm
think
tired of complaining about
You
it.
need
but
to travel more. I do.
I
think,
know. It really helps.
I think if you and Susan do
Yes,
a trip once a week or whatever.
That's one of the things that makes me depressed. We had a ton scheduled for the summer and stuff. Just vanished.
Do it. It'll renew your faith. Or move to Austin.
Yeah, I know.
I'm serious. It felt really nice. It felt really good. It was calmer there. It was the pace is a bit slower. You're like, wait a minute, I don't have to be in a frantic place. People are hurrying and
We're mad at everybody all the time.
yeah, there's no need, especially for what
So more
Tom and I
Pazitsky
do.
effect. Come on,
So,
one more. Give me
is
one
there
more.
a million more?
Come on.
Oh, my mother never bought raspberries growing up because they are too expensive.
Raspberries.
$4 for raspberry. Now I buy that shit every
By the pallet.
Yeah.
Pallets of
Fuck
raspberries.
you. I love that. Sheets, like just buying them, changing
So
them.
if you convert to the rational revolution, raspberries for all, more phone chargers, clean towels.
yeah.
Promise.
Yeah.
The promise.
Promised.
The promise of the rational
For
revolution.
sure, bros.
Give me another voice message.
Hey, mommies.
Hey.
This is Zach. I'm calling to ask about a situation I have at work. There's a girl that I work with who has a stutter, and for some reason, whenever I'm talking to her and she stutters, I'll start to internally fantasize about her stuttering while I'm giving her an orgasm. What does this say about me psychologically? Thanks, mommy. Bye.
Not just you, my friend, but men generally. Men will turn anything into a weird sexual fantasy. Anything.
So he's picturing her having an orgasm and she's stuttering. I
Yeah.
think it's fun. I think that's silly.
It just for whatever reason, the sound of her orgasm triggered the thought. Excuse me, the sound of her stutter triggered the thought of orgasm, and you put the two together.
Yeah, and I was probably
And
just like, that sounds jokey and fun.
And again,
Yeah, and what if she's like,
this is the thing that women don't understand. Men are constantly thinking about that
I
stuff.
know.
It's
It's
really
so weird.
It's weird. It is troublesome.
I don't even know how you guys. I don't know. I don't know how much bandwidth is in there just for horny thoughts.
Just know that God thought this was a good idea to do to 13-year-olds.
Oh my gosh.
They're just what?
Overcome with hormones.
Oh my God.
Well, I even know my 4-year-old is now just looking. There's this girl in his class that he's like, he talks about her, and I'm like, really, dude? He's almost 5, so
here it goes.
yeah. I'm like,
Yeah, but
already?
at least this is just affection stuff. This is the foundational stuff that once the testosterone turns into full on.
And at least he's straight, right?
God, you're awful. You're bad.
I got 2
thought-
sons.
I thought you
Hopefully
were
both
bad.
are straight.
Really?
They
Don't
both
you want
not-
one
I
to
don't give a shit.
I know.
I'm just
Thank you.
joking,
Exactly.
guys. Come on.
Voicemail.
Hey, Dr. Drew. Hey, Mommy Jeans. This is David from New Jersey. I have a question that is not brown or white related. I thought that would be a nice change of pace.
Thank you.
Like
Thanks.
5 or 6 years ago, I got really sick. I don't know if it was the flu or whatever. I didn't have health insurance and get checked out. I just laid in bed for like 2 weeks and
Oof.
got better.
Oof.
After I got better, I had this insatiable hunger. No matter what I ate, no matter how much I
Sure.
ate, I could not get full.
Sure.
It went away after a day or two, maybe 3. Ever since then, if I get sick, even if it's just like a little 1 or 2 day cold, after I'm better, I can't stop eating. Everything in sight, I inhale it. I don't know. Let me know. Thanks,
Well,
guys. Keep my mind tight. Love
Yeah,
you.
so obviously it's a survival mechanism, and hunger is kind of a complicated hypothalamic mechanism, and I'm wondering if it sort of triggered some sort of almost a conditioned phenomenon for him, where it's sick equals must restore nutrition. It's just the
Yeah.
body just did that. Makes perfect sense from the standpoint of a 2-week illness. You need to get back fast. standpoint of a cold or anything else, that sounds more like a conditioned response, which can happen.
Well, when I get a cold, I eat nonstop.
Hmm.
Or when I feel like I'm getting run down or sick, I'll just start eating, shoveling. Is that normal? I feel like I'm doing my body a favor because I'm like, you don't need to work as hard because you're full. You feel good.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it sounds like very psychological.
Oh, it's just comforting myself.
Yeah,
Sure.
Trying to make yourself feel better.
Probably.
But now you're on a big diet, right?
It's so depressing. Well, I went
Why?
to Texas and I ate ribs, like
Good.
so good,
Yeah.
steak. Yeah, I am. I'm on the what is it, paleo keto?
Mm-hmm.
It just gets depressing after a while.
What?
Oh wow.
Then you need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Adapt.
Yeah. What are you on the same thing every day kind of thing?
Yeah.
Are
Because
you getting like palate fatigue?
I'm getting, yeah. I need flavors, man. So it's good to get different flavors, like barbecue flavors and such.
Yeah, but the barbecue sauce has sugar.
So much sugar.
Yeah,
I know.
so I would say lean to the vegetables and
Lean.
salads and things. You can find interesting stuff that way.
Yeah.
Even though there's
Yeah.
a certain amount of carb there, but you can get away with it.
Fine.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not gonna get fat eating.
No,
fucking
exactly.
Asparagus. It's the shit
Exactly.
you put on it.
Exactly.
Right?
And then you might. These are my tricks. I've been doing this
Yeah.
for 3 years.
Yeah, tell
and
me.
It's been great. Really good quality meat.
You do, yeah.
High quality meat.
Yeah.
And then other meats, cured meats, turkey. Yeah. So
Do you eat
lots of-
salami?
and
How
I
bad is
do.
salami?
It's not if you're on the
just
keto diet. It's
fat.
not that bad. Yeah. and then cheese also is a good
Yeah, love it.
different.
I like that.
And then Joe has a good product from Onnit called
Yeah.
Fat Butter,
oh.
and it's almond or peanut. It's very good.
Oh. Yeah, he loves the keto.
Yeah, Fat Butter.
Fat butter.
It's
All right,
you
bro.
can get it at Amazon. You can get it anywhere. But it's an Onnit product.
All right. I'll check it out. I'll
All
do
right.
that. I'll do
That's
that,
one
buddy.
of my dietary
I like
instruction
that.
for
Thank
the day.
you.
Let's do falling down gutter. Can I see falling down gutter? Is this something I should know? Do you know what this is?
Remember? I've seen so much. My eyes are blind from.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Oh. Oh, yeah, this is pretty good.
Oh, my God.
Whoops.
Oh,
I know.
Tom must love that.
Loved it. LOL'd.
This is something, what we're watching is somebody getting hit on their motorcycle.
A woman, too.
A woman, and she rolls into the gutter and then falls down the storm drain. Oh, my God. Look at everyone going down there after her. Oh, my God. What? They're able to pull out. They pulled off the sidewalk.
Yeah, how the heck did they do that so fast?
Wow. Look at this woman. She's in pretty good shape. Good for her.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't like motorcycles for that reason.
Just because they might send you down
Down into the streets.
with the raccoons.
They're so dangerous. My goodness.
Yeah, and if you've ever worked in an emergency room, it takes you away from wanting to do motorcycles.
Of course. I mean, isn't that what you primarily see? Is
See a lot of that, a lot of bad stuff.
what else in the ER?
There's a friend of mine named Nicole Angemi that does it's Nicole _Angemi ANGEMI that has a Instagram where she shows pictures of all this stuff for
Let's
reals.
find her, Nicole Angie.
Yeah, it will tickle your macabre.
Let's see it.
Oh, here it comes. She has one of the most popular Instagrams out there. I want to make a TV show about her
I think
stuff.
you should.
Yeah. There she is.
Cautionary tales.
No,
People
no,
like
no,
that.
no.
No.
Nicole _Angemi ANGEMI. Nicole ANGEMI.
Let's find this bitch.
GEMI.
I found it before Nadab did.
There we go.
Oh, there she is. Oh, it's gnarly.
That's just first one, huh?
Damn.
There we go.
Damn, she's
can't believe
gnarly.
I can't believe I've never
there's
showed you
a
this.
bloody eyeball.
There
That's
we go.
dope.
Yeah.
Oh, she's cutting into fat. Oh, she's just cutting into fat.
Okay.
Mystery diagnosis. What organs are shown here? Oh, what you tell
Let me see if I can figure it out.
Oh, did you find it, Nadav?
Yeah, but we can't show it on.
You can't show the surgery?
She is cutting. They're cutting into kidney. Oh, it's a big old abscess.
Looks
of
really
some type.
fatty.
Might be liver.
Does Bert's liver look like that?
Oh yeah, I think it's kidney. It's kidney with pyelonephritis.
What do you think Bert's insides look like? Are they all like that, covered in?
There's a lot of
adipose?
fatty stuff. Yeah. Did he get his CPAP machine that I went all the way to his house and
don't
Leanne
know.
blew me off and didn't do it?
What? I don't know about all that. I didn't hear that. Wow. Ugh.
This is a bad looking thing. Here we go. We're still cutting more.
Oh, you're still.
I'm trying to figure out what this is. Maybe it's not kidney. Ooh. Yeah, hard to tell.
Okay.
Good
Thank
times.
you. Thanks
Good
for
times.
letting
But,
me see that.
I thought you would like it. I knew it. Your goth
like
self
it.
would love that garbage.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Better sign up. Let's see. A message to Mark Zuckerberg. I'm curious about this one.
Message to
It sounds very sounds very grandiose.
Hello, y'all. It's me again. Just to let you know, Facebook, I'm getting fucking tired of it. You fucking fat checkers, motherfuckers. Alright, Mark Zuckerberg. This is it. I warned you. You keep fucking up, Mark Zuckerberg. I promise you, I won't be alone at Facebook. Okay? I won't be alone.
What?
So we must analyze. There's a bunch of intriguing aspects of this fellow.
So many.
He has braces.
Yeah, we
He's
don't see that very often
Not
anymore.
for cool guys like him. That's like very interesting. He lives in an environment where you can barely stand up. His head's hitting the ceiling where he is, but he has a Final Four basket on the wall, like a little Nerf ball basket. Does it tell? He's fairly well kempt.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of this guy.
Well, the braces. Okay, let's talk about the braces.
Does he have a cauliflower ear? Is that what I'm looking at?
No,
too?
it's just
The rest-
backlit.
okay,
I'm
all right.
thinking braces too. Most people opt for the Invisalign these days. No.
Yes.
And also they-
Candid Co, my dear.
But it looks like that he's ripped off some brackets, so they're not maintained braces.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's
Well, no, hold on.
self-
It's more complicated than that. He's got brackets without wires.
Yeah.
There's no wires.
It's odd.
So either he's getting them put together now where they haven't done it yet,
No.
or he just cut them all
No,
out
I
of
think
it.
a lot because I've had braces old school like these. They
Yeah.
just put them on at once. Like you don't
with the wire.
Yeah, dude, because that's what holds the whole structure together. You have like
So he just snapped the wires out of it.
he's been pulling them out. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you ever know? I knew kids like that growing up that would just like rip their braces off their
Oh
teeth.
my
I'm
God.
like, what is wrong with you?
Why are you doing
They're
that? Why
glued
bother?
on.
Why bother?
I don't know.
So,
So
oh.
Bullshit. I'm gonna do another video to show you Mark Zuckerberg. I ain't fucking playing now. Mark Zuckerberg, it's a fair warning. Please, you need to get on your shit. Okay, this is America. Freedom. Okay, if I had to fight for my motherfucking freedom, I will fight your bitch ass.
what?
So
what?
well,
what's
first
his
of all,
argument?
I like that there's graffiti all over his own wall, which is a nice touch. Not even graffiti, just sort of messages like it'd be on a bathroom wall. You know what I mean? It's like, doesn't even qualify as graffiti. It's just sort of phone numbers. and
for a
things.
good time.
What's over that on the right? Is that little postery?
That's a
thing?
cubby. That's where he keeps
Oh, I
his
see.
clothes.
Yeah.
And then Mark Zuckerberg, he says Zuckerberg. But what is his argument exactly? He's coming for him.
Because he feels like his freedoms are being oppressed.
Yeah,
and
I'm not
he
sure.
says he's fought for his freedoms. Maybe he's a military man.
Okay, Mark Zuckerberg, I will beat you in front of your fucking woman.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Look like she
fine.
from China or something. I will beat you in front of your old lady. Okay? Yeah, I'm tired of the bullshit. You're not gonna sit here and keep fucking with my Facebook account. You understand?
Oh.
I
Something
can
happened
post
to
what
his...
the fuck I want to post, but that bullshit.
Oh, they edited
talking
him.
about that one photo of that woman and whatnot I posted. First of all, it didn't show no tits. It didn't show no pussy. It didn't show her coochie or nothing. All it was showing is her butt and her leaning against the wall. Now you tell me. So fuck you. I'm coming for you now, bitch.
And of course, you remember our conversation earlier in the hour about half the people's IQ are below 100 and half are above. And this is a good example of how things can spiral a bit on social media if somebody is not sophisticated.
So
let's
he
just
thinks
say.
he can access Mark Zuckerberg.
So he's going to scare him with this.
He's going to scare him with this, and in front of his Asian wife. Wow, that's bananas. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think there's mental illness there or drugs? What are we going
Not
with?
drugs. I was looking for drugs. Didn't see it.
It's mental illness. The eyes, the wide-eyed, a little.
Maybe a little
I don't know.
hypomanic there. Yeah, but I'm. It's hard to call that mental illness. That's
Is
sort
it-
of a chronic state of.
Is he dopey dwarf or is
He's a mix between.
He's a dopey.
Dopey and sneezy.
He says what dopey dwarf. Dopey. Yeah, he's a dopey dwarf.
Yeah, right. He is.
Interesting. Well, but that's okay. Like I feel like it's to even say something like somebody has a low IQ now. You're like, well, you can't say that. Why not? It's
a fact.
kind of what it is.
We can
It's
argue about
fine.
what IQ measures. That's fine, but it is factually set up so half the people are below and half the people are above. And here's the crazy thing: if somebody has 140 IQ, you can tell they have 140 IQ. It's measuring something.
Yeah.
And by the same token, if somebody has a 60 IQ, you can tell. Right?
Yeah.
We're measuring something. Now we can argue around the mean what's going on. You know, I understand that there's issues in testing anything around intelligence and all, but it's measuring something at the 2 standard deviation marks at least.
I do think we should be assessing people's use of social media, and that should be the IQ test. For instance, if you're putting out videos to Mark Zuckerberg.
Well, that's what YMH is, isn't it?
Assessing the IQ.
Isn't that what this is?
It's our own test.
Yes, it's the YMH measure.
Stupid.
Show me some TikTok.
How much stupid shit you share with people that you shouldn't be even disclosing. Oh, this chick's my favorite.
Okay.
She's a hot ticket.
I feel okay, just I have problem with my asthma because of my upper respiratory infection. That's all I have. And my headache. I feel fine. But then I had like 4 different people calling me saying I had the coronavirus.
Oh.
2 doctors, one doctor said I need to put on respiratory. One person told me I'm going to die, I don't have much longer to live. Then I get another person and said I need to be put in the hospital. One said I need to be put on the respiratory machine. I'm going to call my doctor today, find out the truth, because I had like 4 different people calling me.
Well, first of all, excellent timing.
Yeah.
I love her rectitude, her assured, like, I'm not, no one's going to put me on a ventilator.
No one's going to do
Good for her. Stay home and get well. 99% probability you're going to do fine, honey.
Yeah.
And she reminds me of Wendy the Slow Adult.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit of Wendy in there.
I think, too, my favorite part is when people don't realize that this is a public forum, that this is not a personal message.
It's not a phone.
To one person.
It's not a phone. It's not a
FaceTime. It's a TikTok. And the world can see it, which is these are my favorites.
But I kind of, as compared to the last guy who was speaking to the world and to Mark Zuckerberg, which kind of bugs me. It's grandiose.
Yeah.
I kind of like her.
Well, she's sweet.
She doesn't understand that the whole world sees
She doesn't understand it. And I love a lack of self-awareness on my talks.
Christina will take full advantage of that, young lady. Well, those of you who are naive, naive no more. That's the Pazitsky effect. All right, what else you got?
Lack of.
Thank you to my friend on TikTok telling me to read the big letters. I didn't pay attention to the big letters. I was just looking at the other one. They are wrong what they said. I was born in September, you fat. I'm not saying the other word. They are wrong what they did.
Yeah, they are.
I'm not reading the other ones that you fat. I'm not saying what the other word is.
What is wrong that your favorite TikToks are the ones that make me feel the worst? No. You're like you were the perfect match for your husband. It's like I feel like sad for these people, and you two go nuts.
Why are you sad? Because her fans are making her shirts.
Because
you should be happy for her.
Saying horrible things about
fans.
her, and she knows it. She should celebrate the fandom, but the fact that they make fun of her is really sad, and that she can't really mount a defense. She can't really mount a defense. She's defenseless.
But what do you mean? It's not offensive. She's trustworthy. She's ready to party. She's excellent.
She said, "I'm not going to read
the.
She goes, "I'm fat, but I'm not going to read the second word."
Well, she can't see very well. Is that what?
No,
her eyesight?
She sees the second word, and she doesn't want to give it the merit of a read.
Listen, I saw this as a very positive message.
I know you love it. I get it. It makes me feel bad. Listen, there's an absolute your mom's house axiom. It is a simple truth. If I feel horrified that somebody's going to die and be maimed, Tom loves it. If I feel terrible for somebody, Christina loves it. This is just an axiomatic truth at your mom's house. We've created this very, very strange environment where that is who we are in this environment, honey.
But true. Tap into your 7th grade self.
Oh, I enjoy watching.
Yeah.
I enjoy the experience. It takes me away from my mood stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel bad.
Yeah.
I don't feel delight.
Oh, you should feel fun. It's all good. It's all good.
I feel delight in your delight.
Because here's the deal, man, is that we actually really enjoy this and we like her, and no one's like advocating being mean to her. We're just laughing at her content.
You're just being mean to her.
Not to her, just about the content she puts out. Okay, next one.
Well, the fact that when somebody's actually hurt, like when RPC was kind of upset with us, you guys were
I don't
quite
like
serious
that.
about
and
that.
look how successful he is now, by the way. If you haven't seen YMH Live episode 2, He's doing really well, you guys.
He was amazing.
Yeah. So
Tom and I are going to take him to dinner.
I think we should. I want to come too.
Yeah.
I love him.
Can Susan come too?
Absolutely.
Oh.
The whole fucking...
He wants to go to Per Se. Tom wants to go.
I love it. Let's go.
White
He
gloves.
deserves it.
It's a white tablecloth place.
Let's do it. He deserves it. RPC's doing really well.
Or we'll go to Il Posto downtown.
I don't even know that.
It's near Meatpacking.
I would love it.
Anywhere where they have a white glove, that's where
I would love that.
we're taking.
And that's thanks to your mom's house. You know, I do feel like
It has changed his life.
Yeah.
We got to be careful though. You know,
He's a
it's just like a
celebrity.
reality show. These people spiral. You know, I want to do a show called After Reality.
I agree. I mean, look,
Where's Larissa go after, you know?
Right. Well, even after Road Rules, when I did that show, you saw it, and some of my cast members, it's pretty dark.
Yeah.
People get really weird really fast. If they're mentally ill, if they're already
Well,
on
not mentally, which reality shows cast for
Yeah.
some sort of mental stuff. That's
Yeah.
what makes them interesting. But it's also the if you've not worked in the world and then you suddenly your job is being famous,
it
and
doesn't
then you
work.
lose it. It's just
It's
not good.
silly, and you're not really famous. You're just like
But they
weird.
feel like they are, you know, and then they
Silly.
try to hang on to it. And ooh.
Doesn't work. Wait, bring up that last take talking to Dove. I want
Okay, we'll do that
Drew
one.
to see
Let's
that
do
one.
this
Is that cool? Are you cool
Well,
with that?
Yeah. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Angie.
Hi, Angie.
So I'm here on TikTok, kind of a little nervous, which is ironic, but
I feel
whatever.
bad already.
So I join you guys because, well, I am a 24/7, 365 days a year BDSM slave.
Oh.
Yes, you heard me correct. And yes, I
Oh.
know you legally can't do that. People in the BDSM lifestyle, we have to hide. I've pretty much been ousted from the fam for what I'm doing, and
Meaning,
that's okay.
meaning TikTok?
That's okay.
No,
You
BDSM.
know, give them time, right?
No, ousted because of her TikTok?
But
Not
being
sure.
proud of what we are and who we are is
Oh,
really
her family.
important.
Ousted from her
Yeah.
family. I see.
Barrier of
not
announcing
the,
I was
not the
bisexual, I'll
BDSM.
get through the barrier of announcing I practice BDSM. I also live it as my life, though. And if you guys want to find anything out, just ask. But I have a hood to put on. Night.
How great is she?
Fantastic.
Don't you love it?
Fantastic.
And I'm enthralled, and I've only.
I mean, enthralled is the right word. I'm
So
like, oh,
great.
really? Tell
I
me
know.
more. You are fascinating, honey.
I want to know more. So she does have a part-time job as like a transcriber, and it shows her in different parts of the house. Like, and here I am working, and then here I am.
Oh, we have to do a whole thing on her.
Yeah, I'd love to go deeper.
Now, again, there are these people that you've introduced me to. I immediately want to go visit.
I know.
She is one of them.
I'm curious to know, and I like that. I mean, here's my question, Drew, and this is really exploratory. Like, I'm genuinely.
What's wrong with me?
Here's the deal. What's wrong with you? That you want to see her?
Go ahead. You say it, and I'll
Well,
tell you.
no. Let's talk. Let's do it in the vein of Irrational Revolution. I'm
Okay,
just devil's advocate
Okay,
here.
okay,
like,
okay.
I'm genuinely considering this stupid thought I'm having. So
Okay,
let's
let's
just
go.
explore.
Let's go.
What is the need for people to come out as I'm a BDSM
As whatever.
slave?
Yeah.
Like,
If it's so matter of fact, then just live that way.
correct. Like, I'm just trying to wonder: is this desire to like come out to your mom and your dad, who are maybe in their 70s and who like probably not cool?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a dad. Like, let's say, Dad, I'm into BDSM and I am a slave and I live in
Yeah.
this woman's basement.
Why do that to me?
Right, and then
whatever you're into, okay,
just
go
do
whatever.
it. Shut the
Just-
fuck
yeah,
up and do it. Like,
yeah.
why do you need the validation of your mommy and your daddy and your family?
I don't think it's mommy and the daddy so much as I have to be out there on social media or else I don't exist. It's a new kind of existence that they sort of equate with existence.
So if she's not being validated
And if it happens in the crossfire, alienate your family, so be it. Right? I don't think it's necessarily directed at the family.
because I understand coming out as like bisexual, obviously gay.
Well, I mean, like
It's
people
gonna-
literally now. Some people talk about the whole coming out process as being sort of antidated, outdated.
Right.
Because like, do you come out as heterosexual? Why? Just,
Right.
It's just why come?
Just exist.
Just you are what you are, and why do you have to announce that? Now you can if you want to, but isn't that a little bit of an outdated thing? And there's still controversy in all of this, but I still, she's what, probably 40 years old.
Yeah.
So
she's
still,
an adult.
but she was still raised around the social media world. Maybe I don't know.
Right. Yes. But I'm wondering, it's considered a kink, right? BDSM is
Yeah.
a kink.
Yeah,
and
but it's also a lifestyle.
fetish and a
Yeah.
lifestyle. But does it make sense to come out about your sexual proclivities to your family? Like,
well, you made that happen in my own household. Thank you for doing that. I know that makes you very happy. It's another layer to the delight. Another layer to the delight.
Point taken, sir.
So,
touche.
But
Touche.
be that as
Take her down.
Be that as it may, I just think this whole broadcasting thing is weird.
It's silly.
It's very weird and silly.
It's silly.
Although I do want to go visit her. And
of course.
Here's what's wrong with me. I want to know what's wrong with me is why does, I want to see her. I want to see RPC. I want to see these people who are unusual.
Yeah, same.
But not, what is it about like the woman with the tattooed eyeballs and the tattoos all over her face and the girl with the beard that's transgender, whatever? No interest.
It's not, well, it doesn't.
I have no interest. It's weird. And there's something about their posture. There's a little aggression on their part.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because that's authentic fucking weirdness. Do you understand? That is not manufactured. I'm doing this for social media. Like RPC and that chick are 100% grade A. Fucking weird, man. And it's intriguing.
And there's also no aggression to it. Like, I'm going to tell you how I am. It's like, no, she's just like, I'm going to have to tell you.
Yes.
It's still a little weird that she does it, but it's like, this is not something manufactured for social media. Yeah.
And we sense that. We sense that it's kind of bullshit.
Not that it's bullshit, but that that you're foisting it on me. As opposed to it's just who you are.
That's so true.
Right? Because some of that stuff is like, boo, it's out in your face. And it's
I'm this and that, and you need to respect me, and I'm this. Right. It's like shut the fuck up.
Like you as a vampire.
Right.
Same thing. You as a goth.
I'm goth, but I don't know. Yeah, I was
you
more
were.
like.
I've seen the pictures.
I was more like.
No, I've seen the pictures.
Why are they looking at me like that? Why can't I just dress like that? I was more insulted that people are curious about it.
With your big cape with a giant red collar. Why do people like a black hair and black nails?
Why is everybody
with a weird black collar with a chain on it?
Yeah, and it's summertime in the San Fernando Valley, and I'm walking around with a fucking velvet cape on. Like, I know.
You were such a mess.
Such a mess.
Oh, so was I.
But see, if I had just been myself and celebrated who I was.
No, we needed to do all that.
You need to grow the fuck up.
Yes.
And enter the world and get messy in the world and take your licks and realize that being goth isn't going to get you far in your late 20s and 30s. Can't get a job.
You went all the way into your 30s?
No, I did not.
Okay.
No,
Phew.
20 years old, maybe 19, 20. When I went to Oxford, it was done.
Oh, that's right. You wanted to have sex.
Because I wanted to bang dudes. Yeah, real dudes.
Well, with that, real dudes as opposed to what?
Well, I was dating guys in velvet dresses.
Oh, fascinating.
Not gay. To this day, they hetero married. Just like effeminate males. I was more my jam. But it was San Francisco in the 90s. They were all effeminate males. Mostly bisexuals.
See, now I want to go visit you in your 20s.
Oh.
Yes.
It's called Road Rule 6 Australia, if you want to visit that. I was, I was cool. I knew everything.
So you went to Oxford after the Road Rules?
No, before.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to travel more. And I saw a flyer for Road Rules. And I was like, I want to travel. I want to go. I want to go. I just want to get out of the fucking... I was living
right
in
now. Maybe I should do Road Rules.
You don't need the recorded part. It's terrible. Being recorded is not fun all the time.
What? Being on a reality show?
It's so miserable. It really made me depressed. That was terrible. And some people just... You can tell who's wired for it. Like the people who cause drama on the cast, I was like... You're fucking crazy. But back then they didn't cast totally crazy yet. That's before they figured out that the ratings were like in the Pucks of the world.
Yeah.
Like Puck was the first ratings getter.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we just have to cast fucking bipolar, violent people. And then, it got way worse, as they say.
Well, good times.
Yeah, it was fun though. I liked it.
We'll leave it at that. How should we leave things?
Should we sign off?
Check out YMH Live.
The revolution is on.
The revolution is on. Join us. Send us your philosophical treatments.
I love it.
Emails, of course, drfdark@gmail.com.
Send us artwork.
And we need like a, not just a manifesto. We
want
need
a logo, like a true logo.
We need a slogan.
Double R,
slogan.
R squared, rational revolution.
Yeah, we need a logo. We need a slogan, and we need a platform. Like, how are we going to make it happen?
Someone wrote in, facts are facts.
Oh, I like that.
I like that too. I like the idea of science leading.
FF.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But I like it in this Russian propaganda.
I love that.
I think it's the way to go.
No. Look, the idea of us, with the profiles like Lennon, perfect.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the old K-Rock logo,
yes,
remember?
they did that.
They took advantage. Look at K-Rock.
Revolutionize Your Ears.
Yeah, that was dope.
Look at that one.
That was so good. That's it. We need to revisit that because, and it's perfect how ironic
Very
that
rare.
This one is a
There it
part
is.
of
Look at
that
it.
legacy.
See?
This
Yep.
was so dope.
Yep.
Oh,
There
look
it
at
is.
that artwork. I used to love that. I had the sticker on my folders in junior high school.
I'd already been on the radio 14 years. 14 years at that point.
Isn't that wild?
Or maybe 10 years. Yeah.
That was dope.
And we need a way to operationalize. So I was talking to Adam just today, and
Yes.
he read this book in 50 years we'll all be chick, and so he's been
in 50 years we'll
all be chicks. and he's been railing lately that all the feeling-based sort of narratives that are out there is female chick thinking. He keeps saying. I said, Adam, you got to adjust it. It's really artist versus like scientist economists, like social scientists and regular scientists versus artists, writers. Stop with the female thing. It's not. It's really because there are plenty of.
Right.
Because he just interviewed Megyn Kelly. He goes, Megyn Kelly. I go, yeah, she's a chick.
Who can think like
she had good rational revolution thought, huh?
reasonable.
And he goes, oh, I guess you're right. It should be artist. And Scott. The other people break it up this way. Scott Adams breaks it up as artist versus sort of scientist. And we need in the rational revolution we have to distinguish the groups.
But I see where that comes from because I think women like Luce Irigaray and a lot of these postmodern writers, these feminist thinkers, were the first to come up with these. Well, not true. Derrida was talking about the margins of thought.
Yeah.
All this,
And
but
God,
they
I read your. What's his name? Baudrillard or whatever.
Baudrillard. Simulacra and simulation. You did not enjoy this?
Next show. I spent quite a bit of time trying to slog through it.
Sorry.
Oh, God.
Well, the book you made me order, it was 700 pages.
Yeah, it's a narrative. It's somebody's life. It's Frederick Douglass. It's an important historical figure that will change your life.
All right. We'll talk about it.
See you tomorrow. See you next time. All conversations and information exchanged during participation in the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.